Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. The game on Tuesday has been moved to Thursday. Also, Wednesday's game was pushed from 1 o'clock in the afternoon to 7 at night. I would assume Peralta is still pitching tomorrow. I don't think it would be a good decision to skip their number one starter. It is Tuesday, May 5th, 2026. Hoy es Cinco de Mayo y Taco Tuesday. We're still in Denver, Colorado, and Coors Field. About to play the mid game versus the Colorado Rockies. I went to Colorado back in 2008 with the traveling Dingleberries as we went to every baseball park. On that trip, we went to Minnesota, Colorado, Las Vegas, why not? And finished off in Seattle. In Colorado, we stayed at the Spanish Ramada Inn. We went to the Coors Brewing Company. We ate elk at the Buckhorn Exchange. We announced an inning at the game. They have booths set up so that you could pretend to announce the game while the game's on. We ate Rocky Mountain oysters. We watched Todd Helton, Matt Holliday, and Troy Tulowitzki. Also, my wheelchair was put on a plane to Uganda. I am the Mets head, talking all things New York Mets, with a preview of Game 36 versus the Rockies. If you enjoy my content, I ask that you please like and subscribe to the Mets head on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. Keith Hernandez is back after lower back surgery. It was interesting to hear his comment that the Mets are not a cohesive group. Until now, so what? We just needed to lose Lindor, Robert, and Polanco, and we would become a real team. I'm so happy to hear Mendoza say he wants to make it harder for the opposition to bring in a left-hand pitcher against them. He just figured this one out. It seems like the whole reason he's doing it is to protect MJ Melendez, which is silly because Melendez is going to end up on the bench again. Melendez is a career 220 hitter. He's not a starting player in major leagues. But I'm happy that Mendoza sees the issue and he's trying to do something about it. Maybe not the best option. You could also easily do that by doing what I've been suggesting is to move the left-handers down a spot. Besides Soto, we don't really need the other guys to get more at bats because they're not hitting very well. I was surprised that Torrens is starting again. Why not start Slater? He's been hitting pretty good. And Alvarez is at DH. Is there a concern about his defense? Is that why he's the DH? I found it interesting. Soto swung at the first pitch as a leadoff hitter, not working the count like you expect him to or want him to. I still don't think Brazoban was the best option to start this game. I think it should have been Myers. Myers has actually started games in his career, and he can go 3 or 4 innings. He's also pitching very well. I don't want them to bring in Peterson if they don't have to. And by starting Myers, you may not have to bring Peterson in. But if you're starting Brazoban, then you definitely have to bring Peterson in. You don't want to be forced to do something that may or may not be good. Brazoban only threw 11 pitches in the first inning, and you took him out. It seems like a waste to me. You could have used Myers instead of Brazoban and Moore and just used one pitcher. The announcer said you do want to keep your bullpen fresh when you're playing Colorado because you give up so many runs. The Mets had no hits through 5 innings until the sledgehammer by Carson Bench. He's hitting better than Beatty. Maybe you should move Bench up. Then we got back-to-back doubles by Alvarez and Torrens. Soto walked. Bichette moved him over to second and third. Melendez struck out. And then Swaggy V with the 2 RBIs with 2 outs. And we took the lead 4-0. Move him up. Bat him third, will you? If you bat him third, he won't be neutralized by bringing in a righty. But if you have Melendez batting third, they'll bring in a lefty, and they'll just pinch hit. So you lose your third hitter for a lesser hitter. Peterson came in the fourth, retired the first 11 batters he faced. Then Keith Hernandez jinxed them, and they got a long fly to right. Then they got a single and a triple, getting an RBI with 2 out. Bench tripped and fell, but I don't think he would catch it anyway. But at that point, Tyrone Taylor was in right field, and Bench was in center field. Tyrone Taylor is definitely the superior center fielder. Bench should have been in right, and Taylor should have been in center. There was a big oversight by Mendoza. Maybe he didn't want to embarrass Bench by moving him in the middle of the game after he fell, because he did make a good catch earlier in the game. But you want your superior defensive outfielder in center field. So after that little bit of a struggle by Peterson, I think he correctly brought in Kimbrel in the eighth. Pitched 1 inning, gave it 1 hit. And then Devin Williams came in for the save. Perfect 1-2-3 inning for the Mets' fourth save of the season. You believe that? We only have 4 saves this season. Our record is now 13-22. We are 9 games under 500, and we are tied for the worst record of baseball with the Los Angeles Angels. We are also 11.5 games out of first in our division, behind the Atlanta Braves, who have the best record in baseball. The Rockies are 14-22, 8 games under 500. Last place in the NL West, 8.5 games behind the Dodgers for the division. And they have the second worst record in baseball. So if we win this next game, we won't be the worst anymore. On the mound for the Rockies is Michael Lorenzen. The 6'1", 210-pound, 34-year-old right-hand pitcher. He has pitched for Cincinnati, Anaheim, Detroit, Philadelphia, Texas, Kansas City, and now Colorado. It once threw a no-hitter in 2023 with the Phillies. He was selected 38th overall in the 2013 MLB draft. Chris Bryant was selected second. We picked Dominic Smith at the 11th spot. Aaron Judge was drafted 32nd. Sean Manaea went 34th. Devin Williams went 54th, and Cody Bellinger was also drafted that year. In his 12th major league season, he has pitched 396 games. He is 54-55 with 15 saves. He has a 4.08 ERA, 826 strikeouts in just about 1,000 innings. Last year in Kansas City, he pitched 27 games, was 7-11 with a 4.64 ERA, 127 strikeouts in 141 innings. This year he's pitched in 7 games. He is 2-3 with a 6.09 ERA. He has 24 strikeouts in 34 innings. He pitched against us 11 days ago and got the win after pitching 7 innings, giving up 1 run on 7 hits. My suggested lineup for the Mets will not lead off Juan Soto. I think Bo Bichette is our best leadoff hitter right now. I do not want our best run producer, our biggest home run hitter. I want some guy to try to get on base in front of him. Because right now, if he's leading off, we're asking our worst hitters to get on base in front of him. And I think that guy should be Bo Bichette. I think Soto should bat second at DH. He is 2 for 13 against Lorenzen. I'd move Vientos up to third. He is 4 for 5 against Lorenzen with the home run. I do not like Melendez batting third, but I don't mind him batting fourth after Vientos. He's only 1 for 10 against Lorenzen. Then I give Semien 2 more shots, at least 2 more shots at the middle of the lineup, because he's 3 for 8 against Lorenzen with a double. Batting sixth would either be Beatty or Benj. I'm leaning towards Benj because he's hitting better lately. And I would put Benj in center field. Seventh, I would put Alvarez until he starts hitting better. Then I have Benj or Beatty batting eighth. Beatty should be the third baseman. And I'd bat Slater ninth. On the mound for the Mets is Freddie Peralta from the Dominican Republic. The 6 foot, 198-pound, 29-year-old right-hand pitcher who was signed by Seattle as an international free agent the same year Lorenzen was drafted. In his 9 years in the majors, he has pitched 213 games, is 71 and 42, with a 3.59 ERA. He also has over 1,100 strikeouts in 941 innings pitched. Last year for Milwaukee, he pitched in 33 games, was 17 and 6 with a 2.70 ERA. He had 204 strikeouts in 176 innings pitched. That was the third year in a row he struck out over 200. This year he hasn't been bad. He's pitched in 7 games. He is 1 and 3 with a 3.52 ERA and 42 strikeouts in 38 innings pitched. He pitched against Lorenzen 11 days ago and got the L. He pitched 5 2/3, gave up only 2 runs on 7 hits and 3 walks with 8 strikeouts.